Okay, while I'm fixing the broadcast real quick, I'm just gonna start with saying, okay, there we go. It should be better. Okay, there you go. Perfect. All right, now you can hear me on the stream. Cool. Let's start the meeting. So first and foremost, like I said, it's been a freaking year, dude. Uh, what has VG been doing since then? Let's go. We're gonna go with a couple of intro things, and we've been dormant for the most part. There's been a couple of games we've been playing. If you've been hanging around the community, cool. If you haven't, you've just been lurking. That's cool too. Either way, we've just been mostly dormant. VG's never gonna not be around when it comes to these kind of things. We're always around, so we're always here. Even if you disappear for like a year or so, we're always gonna be here.
So I got this. I forgot what this pizza was called, but
Next, let me pull up the itinerary. Okay, now that the intro's out of the way, there's a lot to unfold here in this meeting here. There's actually more than just the New World beta and such that we're gonna be going over. But that's probably the most important thing is the New World beta. Let's go over the date. So as everybody here knows, July 20th is the beta, and August 31st is the launch. Assuming Amazon doesn't delay, hopefully they don't delay. I mean, if they do, cool. If they don't, not a big deal. Uh, there's going to be something called the opening day attendance channel for the beta. I actually just made it right below this. If you plan on showing up either early, like right as the servers open, or during the opening day for the beta, you're gonna want to react to my emoji here. I'm gonna type, please. React one for open. So I'm gonna type a reaction into the opening day attendance channel thing. What I want you to do is hit react a 1 for showing up. If you can show up, 2 if you can be there when servers open. We don't know what time the servers open yet on the opening day for July 20th, but go ahead and add the reactions there. Let me see where's the 1. Frick. Can someone put the 1 for me? Frick. Wrong one, wrong. You don't screw it. We'll use check mark. So use check mark for if you're showing up. And then we'll use the number for use the numbers if you can show up when the server opens. So there you go. We'll remove these ones right here. Yeah, there you go. Do the 1, and then you can someone do the 2. Either one's fine. You can put either one. I'll combine. I'm not stupid, so I can read the emojis there. So that's probably the most important thing for the first opening beta, and it's gonna be kind of important to kind of look at that and figure out who can be there. Now, the reason why it's important for that someone can be there the very first opening hours is because we want to try and rush everybody to farm as much gold as they can within the first hour and a half. Now, the best way to do this is to just simply do the main quest, and every time you get a piece of gear that's an upgrade, put on that new gear, and then simply dismantle your old piece for gold and money. You're gonna want to take that money, and then you're gonna have to send it to me. I know it sounds weird and so like, oh yeah, for the money, but trust me, that's how we did it last time. We have to send me the money. That way we can get us the territories. The sooner we do it, the better. Now that's why opening hours is going to be so important. Originally, last time we actually held back on buying territory. We started off with 3, and I want to give the other companies a chance. That's actually something that not a lot of people know about. We actually held back. We could have bought 4 territories right off the bat, but I told everybody, let's just hold back and let other companies get a chance at buying stuff. So this time though, during the beta and the launch, I'd like everybody to straight up just pile the money in. We're just gonna straight rush Everfall, rush every single starting zone territory, control those, and I'm gonna do what I did last time with the starting zones. I'm gonna strategically place high taxes in those territories, and then strategically place medium taxes in Everfall. So it kind of forces everybody to start congregating to Everfall anyway. But yeah, that's the plan. So remember that. Try your best to be there on opening hour. If you can be there during the opening hour, reminder, go to the opening day attendance, or me name this the beta attendance. Beta day attendance. Okay, go to the beta day attendance. Okay, react with the 1 or the green check mark if you can show up. React with the 2 if you can be there when the server's open. If you, we need people there as much as we can when the server opens. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic real quick. There's a lot of big changes when it comes to New World. As you guys are probably, if you don't know about it, the game is actually almost completely different from when we've played it. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, I think, in my personal opinion. So this beta is our opportunity to readapt ourselves into the beta. With all these changes coming to New World, we do have to kind of reapproach how we're going to be playing the beta. There's dungeons, there's open world PvP now. There's battlegrounds, there's outpost rush battlegrounds. Gearing's different, stats are different. The way we fight is going to be different. There's no more life staff dash. Just stuff like that in general. We're going to try and make a compendium of information when the beta drops. With that being said, the better we do in the beta, the better we do during launch. It's kind of like rehearsal for us. So goals and expectations for the entire company is going to be very different from between then and the beta. So I hope everybody here, with the expectations that we dominated the 10-day preview, do not go into the beta / launch assuming that we're going to do the exact same thing. We may or may not shitstomp people hard. We may or may not even shitstomp people at all. But just be open to the fact that it's so different that we may see these we may even see a loss. Like we may even lose a territory, possibly. I don't know. I can't say for sure, you know. But one thing I can say is that we're going to do our best to readapt ourselves to the changing meta of the current build for the game. Okay. And yeah, as what Jiren or what the F said, Optimus Matt, there's going to be groups of guilds coming for us already. I already know a couple guilds who are gunning for us. So yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Beta is our rehearsal. Remember that. The better we do, the better we do in the beta, the better we do during launch. Why? Because 1, we get better recruits, we get more recruits. 2, everybody that hasn't been playing the game in the alpha has a chance to actually play really hard before the launch, where it actually matters. So it's kind of like practice. So look at it as a way for you to learn the game really well before the game even launches. So that way, when the game does launch, everybody's going to know exactly what to do. Everybody's going to have everybody's going to play way harder. We're going to be even faster in buying territory off the day one. Everybody's going to be max level faster. All that kind of stuff. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Goals and expectations. I want everybody here to understand the biggest goal and expectation is it's going to be way different. We may have way more competition this time. The game is very different. Remember that. Okay. Anyone have any questions about the goals and expectations and the big changes of the game relating to what we're talking about at the meeting here? Okay. If you don't have any questions, let me check if anyone's raising their hand. Okay, cool. This is a really cool system. We should use this for meeting, I think, in the future more often. Okay, moving on. If as you can tell, there's one big thing. Let me see. Chicken, raise your hand. It better be a good question, Chicken. If not, I'm going to be really upset. All right, go ahead, Chicken. I gave you the chance to talk. All right, never mind, Chicken. You can type it. All right, so the next thing on the agenda here for the beta is the casual and hardcore company. As some of you know, there is going to be 2 companies. They did increase the limit on companies from 50 to 100. So instead of making 4 companies that are going to be 50 each, we're just going to make simply 2 companies that are hardcore and casual. In the event that we need to make another company, we will. So the hardcore company is going to have required playtime, straight up. You are going to be required to play at least 4 to 5 times a week. with like a minimum of like you have to put in at least like 15 to 20 hours a week in the hardcore company. Okay. And you also do have to follow certain requirements in the hardcore company. With that being said, there is the casual company. If you want to play casually and leisurely without, having to worry about playtime, you can transition between either company as much as you like. But the problem is that if you transition too much a week, I think there is a slight limit. I think there's like a cooldown or something like that. But like, yeah. So keep that in mind. Those of you guys who are worried about playtime, you don't have time for work and such. Keep in mind the casual company is there. The difference between the two, the only difference. Okay, I want to outline the difference here. This is going to be part of the goals and expectations that you need to have. If you're in the casual company, right, you are not necessarily a lesser member of the group of the community. Okay, keep that in mind. There are perks and benefits of being in the hardcore company. When it comes to Siege and the Siege team roster, we try to take from the hardcore company first, understandably, right? And then if we don't have any from the hardcore company, well, then we start taking people from the casual company. Just I really understand that, right? Just I guess type a 1 if you're cool with it, 2 if you're not into the meeting room chat. That's basically the main biggest difference between the casual and the hardcore company. Otherwise, when it comes to actual, like, let's say we have a meeting, right? No one necessarily, yeah, exactly, a reserve. No one necessarily has less weight or more weight in terms of what they say into the company. We got to treat both the casual members and the hardcore members both in terms of like what weight of like how much you like your whatever vote or whatever. It's gonna be the same. We're not necessarily making one's like a privileged member or not. Go ahead, Matt. I think you have a question. I clicked the invite to speak. Did it work? Okay, I'm gonna continue until he accepts the request. Uh, what we're doing is obviously the biggest uh, benefit from being in the hardcore company and the casual company is that the hardcore company is going to be the actual company that owns all the territory. So there's I think benefits to the company in each territory. We're gonna have the casual company also grab a couple too here and there. All right, what's up, Matt? How's it going? Go ahead
Oh
and
shit, that's
ask your
how it
question.
works. Sorry. So with the company sizes being increased, right, to 100, are we going to do the hardcore casual right off the back, or are you going to wait till the first company is completely full before making the second one?
That's a good question. We're probably gonna make we're probably gonna do both right off the bat. I think both right off the bat would probably be the better idea, but because the reason why is because I think both are gonna fill up extremely fast in like the first 2-3 days. There's no point in me waiting because I'll give you an example, okay? And this meeting will give you an example. This is the meeting, okay, people. We have like 20-30 people who messaged me personally and said, "Hey, I can't make the meeting. I'll watch the VOD." That's 20 to 30 people, right? Add that 20 to 30, like around I think it's about 27 people, right? Add that to the 53 people in this meeting right now. And then add the amount of people who are going to join us on day 1. Like that is going to fill up the guild quick. Like it's going to extremely fill up the guild quick, okay? And so that's a real big deal. So you get an idea of how VG is going really hard in this one. So we got a lot of freaking people who are ready to go. Okay. Okay. So any questions about the casual and hardcore company here? I'm gonna read this. We're actually not sure who's going to be making the casual company just yet, but I will keep you guys posted. Okay. How will you pick who joins the hardcore company? Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting question. How do we pick who joins the hardcore company? First and foremost, how it works is if you tell us you want to join the hardcore company or the casual company. If there's room in the hardcore company and you'd like to play hardcore, you're automatically in the hardcore company on a trial basis, on a 7-day trial basis. If you're uh, inactive, like for like anywhere from 3 to 4 days straight, without letting any of the letting anyone know, you're going to be moved from the hardcore company into the casual company. Anytime you want to move from the casual company into the hardcore company, All you have to do is let one of us know, and then you're going to be put under a 7-day trial period in the hardcore company. That's it. Does that sound like a fair system, right? Anytime you need to take a vacation, let us know. Anytime you'd like to, you got a lot of real life stuff going on, simply move back to the casual company. It's gonna be a very seamless, easy system for everybody. The reason why we're doing this is because I do understand that we have a big amalgamation of different styles of play in this group. So we have casual company and then the hardcore companies to kind of cater to both play styles. That way, no one gets left behind. I don't want to leave any of you guys behind. I love all of you. You know. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Actually, does anyone else have any questions about the casual and the hardcore company? Oh, one more quick thing about the casual and the hardcore company. Uh, one more important thing about the casual and the hardcore company is that uh, even though the opening day, like the first 3 days, all of us are gonna go really hard. Once the game plateaus, like once we like get to a point where we're gonna relax into a more relaxed schedule, uh, uh, the hardcore company isn't going to. It's probably going to remain, the same requirements for 4 to 5 days of at least 15 to 20 hours a week. Uh, it's going to relax. Not everybody is expected to make it to every siege in the hardcore company. You don't have to make it to every siege in the hardcore company. There's no way I'm going to make it to every siege, and so because of that, we have the expectation that uh, you you don't have to attend every event. You don't have to attend everything. And we know that everybody has real life to an extent. So keep that in mind. Always the first like week or two of a game launch, everybody's gonna be playing at hardcore, but we're gonna plateau and balance out, and then resume into a more relaxed schedule after about 2 weeks of launch. So 2 weeks after the beta is open, we're gonna relax and then start lowering our schedule into like an easier schedule that everybody can kind of handle. The first 2 weeks of launch is going to be the same. First 2 weeks of launch, everybody's going to be going hard. There's people that took time off, like a whole week, etc., for launch. Then after that time, after we've controlled our castle, we control the siege schedule better. We're going to relax into a better schedule for everybody. That way, there's no one like playing 24/7 for like a whole month or two. We're not going to burn ourselves out that way, and that is realistically not possible. I know everybody here has a real life schedule. I have a real life schedule that I need to attend to at the same time. So keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to the next one. The next topic. This is going to be actually more community focused on the topic, and then after I'm done with the community related topics, we're gonna touch on the July 20th plans. And then and then after that, that's the end of the meeting. Okay, so for the next topic right now, let's look. The next topic is going to be community related stuff, and that's new officers, and we're recruiting for leadership. we're just recruiting in general. Okay, so first and foremost, we're recruiting. Okay, if you have friends, if you know anyone at all, and I think a couple of you guys are friends of friends that just recently joined, and this is your first interaction with us, welcome to VG. We're looking for more officers, by the way. Officers who can do one of three things. Okay, you can either you're like a recruitment officer, someone who can like deal with people, or you're like a back end officer who can help deal with logistics and etc. with like moving supplies, keeping track of what buildings we have, etc. Or you're a siege team leader, and a siege team leader will help us take position of different positions, leading guys during siege or open world PvP, etc., or even dungeons. We're looking for those kind of officers. If you think you have what it takes to be an officer, go ahead and reach out to me in a private message after the meeting. After the meeting, wait till after, please, and then we'll go for it from there. Keep in mind, Validus has always kept this philosophy that we actually don't do ranks. Keep in mind, we don't technically have ranks. We have what we call positions. So if a New World officer has the same weight in terms of what he says, as opposed to somebody else who's like just a regular active member. Okay. Moving on. So I'm gonna introduce the new officers real quick. Say hello to I think I'm gonna introduce the old officers first. So we have Sovereign, who's gonna be one of our officers who just in general is a like I guess a general recruitment slash logistics officer. So go have a tag Sovereign, and then we have Dremy and Jabulba, who are logistical officers. We have Kalrina, who is a siege team leader. As you guys recognize some of these names, we have Panzabob, who is a siege team leader. And then I'm going to introduce the new, and I think we have Dardaris, who is a siege team leader slash recruitment officer. For EU. Okay, I'm going to introduce the new officers real quick. One of them is not on, but I think Bubba's not on. So Bubba and Savage are our new recruitment officers. All right. So welcome all these officers real quick. Everybody get, let them know in the chat, hey, you guys are fucking awesome, etc. And then co-GM, I'm going to introduce co-GM. Everybody remembers Dervish as the co-GM. He'll also be co-GM in the hardcore company. I have a third co-GM that some of you may or may not know. He's not here. He's celebrating his birthday right now. He just turned 31, so when you guys see him, let him know. Milk Jagger will be co-GMing for New World as well. So, in the event that I'm not here, Dervish or Milk Jagger will be the guys you want to go to if anything that needs to be done via from the top. Anything that's kind of on a much smaller scale, you're welcome to talk to any of these officers right here, guys. So, hit them up, let them know. Say what's up. Okay, real quick after that, moving on to the next topic. Like I said, those are the officers. We're looking for new officers. We're always recruiting. If you have any friends that you think you want to bring into the community, let them know. We're making changes, and I'm about to go over that in a second. So if you haven't noticed, first and foremost, the logo is different. The new logo, bro. We have a really sick new logo, and I had someone else rebrand our logo. I'll put it right here, and the best thing about this right now is that we're in the process of becoming more than just a guild, more than just a community. Keep in mind, don't be scared about this. I know this is gonna sound weird. We're becoming like almost like a real life club also. So I want to expand VG outside of just being an online community, which that's still our primary focus. It's just we have other avenues also now. So we started making videos where it's also real life stuff. I don't know if you kept up our YouTube channel, but if you do head onto our YouTube channel, there's quite a bit of stuff on the YouTube channel that we're just pumping out that we wanted to show people that we're more than just a community. We're at this point, it's gonna sound really cheesy, but because we've been around for 9 years, coming on our 10th soon, we're kind of like a family here. We're definitely I already feel like we're a family here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna cover is the merch. So because of this change and this new thing, me and a bunch of VG members actually ended up getting shirts because of this. Let me see if I can find the picture of the shirts. Where are the shirts? Here? Oh no, I found it. Okay. I think this is a good picture of it. Yeah, this is a good picture. Right. I can't give free shirts to everybody. I would love to give free shirts to everybody. But this is the shirts we ordered. This is the shirt I'm going to be wearing on the beta day. A lot of not a lot, but 20 VG members also ordered this shirt. When we do the second set order, I'll let everybody know in the community chat, the community announcement again. We are going to be, we're going to be rolling these shirts and stuff on top of what we're doing. Yeah, family. Yeah, the family fucking memes are great. That's exactly it. But yes, those are the shirts we're going to be rocking. On the back, it's going to be your name. On the front, it's going to be your name, the Validus logo. Once they arrive this week, I will show you guys stuff. Yeah, don't worry about it, Shay. I'll be very careful with sponsorships. Okay, so rebranding more than a guild. That's part of it. If you're here for just the game, don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna change for you. You know the game is still this community is still just a community for you. But if in the event that let's say like a year or two from now you really like playing here and you want to like buy a shirt or something in the future, you're more than welcome to join in on that. On top of other events we'll have. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is because of the whole casual and hardcore thing, we're going to be rolling out a new community system where, and this is not limited to just the New World part. We're going to be rolling out a new community system. Okay. Nothing changes for everyone here. That's just like a lurking person who doesn't come on all the time into the voice chat. But for the people who are active here in the chat all the time, being an active member, we set up a system on Discord. We've actually been using a trial version on the right. You'll see active member on the right. Being active in the chat and being active in the voice chat channels will reward you active member. Now, there's other ways to get active member, but that's probably the easiest way. Being an active member, we're gonna have giveaways. We're gonna do not just giveaways, but we'll do like in-house tournaments. We'll do like a bunch of other really cool like in-house events. Like we'll do watch parties or something, or like we can invite you to a part of like a in-house podcast. There's gonna be a lot of cool benefits for being an active member in VG. You're gonna gain these points, these active points, a system that me and Driver have set up. More details will roll out in the next couple of days, but we're gonna have an active membership point system where if you build up enough points, you can redeem that for in real life swag. And we're gonna have more than just shirts for in real life swag. We're gonna have hoodies, we're gonna have regular shirts, we're gonna have coffee mugs with your custom name on it. We're gonna do a couple other cool things. Eventually, these points are basically kind of like my activity. I'm being rewarded, kind of like almost like DKP system. So if you're here, you're gonna be rewarded. If you're not here often, not a big deal. You can still come whenever you like, and there's still gonna be giveaways and such, just for the in general community where there's never ever like there's no stuff that's like you know what I mean. There's no requirements. Okay. All right. Moving on, guys, really quick. If anyone has any questions about that, let me know now into the chat. I'm gonna try to answer as best I can before I move on to the next one. That's mostly regarding the community related stuff. There's gonna be new rules posted in the rules FAQ. A lot of stuff's gonna go through and change. We're become more of like a cool, I guess, cool group to be a part of. All right. We have plans for Crafter and Beta feeding one person. Yes, I'm going to touch on that right now in the July 20th phase one. It's what I call phase one plan. So, July 20th phase one. This is going to be the biggest, the most important part of the meeting. On July 20th for the beta, first and foremost, how we're tackling crafting is that we're going to be selecting members from the hardcore company to feed mats into. That way we can level them up as fast as we can and get access to the highest level shit. Okay. With that being said, when those people get max in crafting, we'll select the next set of crafters and we'll be feeding mats into them as well. Obviously, we have to pick hardcore members first because they're the ones who are more likely going to be online when we do this. So that's probably the reason why we need to focus on that first. If we don't have if we're not funneling mats into people, it's going to be a lot harder to kind of divvy out to every crafter. So we'll have a system in a couple of days. You're going to see an announcement pop up in the New World section. We're going to revamp the channels in the Discord a little bit, where you'll see more stuff in the New World section and then less stuff here. But the New World section is going to have a different signups for both the Siege team and crafting, and then anything outside of that. So that's how we're going to handle it. That's how we're gonna approach crafting. So if you have any questions about that, how VG's gonna do crafting, gearing, and all that other stuff, you're gonna see requirements for both crafting, Siege team, and that's it. People who aren't a part of the Siege team don't really. If you're not a part of the Siege team, but you're in the hardcore company, you do have to abide to a certain requirement that we will set out. But if you're in the casual company, you are not bound to any requirements. But like I said, because of that, the trade-off is that you're not going to be preferred when it comes to like selecting for siege and crafting, etc. Yeah, etc. With that being said, don't worry about the difference there. All right. So July 20th, phase 1. Actually, let me answer this question before I touch on the actual the day of. How do you plan on dealing with clan hoppers, traders, spots? I feel once the game is launched, our hater will try to sneak their ways into chaos to cause chaos. We're gonna deal with that simply by having a system where it's more like we're not gonna give anyone power like in game like access to any of the company stuff if we don't know them. Like we need to like know them well enough. Example is like everybody hears from the preview that we made officer. Officers won't have access to anything that's going to be detrimental to the company, especially if they're a new officer. The only officers that will be allowed anything access remotely is going to be Dremy and Jaboba, and the co-GMs Dervish and somebody else. That way, it's going to be more like a need to know, need to do basis. If you don't need access to handle something, you're not going to be given access to it. An example is like if we have a guild storage, we don't need access to. We don't need to give access to every officer. We're only going to give access to the logistical officers, and then you can go to them and they'll divvy out the supplies. This way, we can prevent people from ninjaing on stuff that's like spies and such. And then when it comes to information, siege stuff, and all that other plans, I actually personally, how I approach it is that straight up, I'm not going to say anything to anyone that's not related to a part of the plans that doesn't need to know. An example is like during the 10-day preview, when we were doing the Cutlass Siege, and we tricked Enclave into thinking that we were going to go assault Brightwood, but instead we went down to Cutlass and helped the Yellow faction beat out Enclave. That was done without anyone else really knowing much about it until the day before. So basically, anything that I need to discuss that I don't want anyone to know, especially spies, I actually won't even tell you guys. Because I feel like in that sense, there's no need for me to like tell you guys if you don't need to know. You just need to show up where I tell you to show up. That's really it. How's that sound for you guys? Does that sound good? Okay, let's move on to the next question real quick. For our new players, are we going to have a one-on-one class for them? So any of you that's never played New World before, or if you've never played New World with us, we're going to have a plethora of different people in the channel. People who have played Alpha in the company, people who haven't. We're going to give you a lot of good advice. It may be, and here's the thing I want everybody to understand. There's going to be different advices, okay? People here have different ways of playing the game. That's fine. Some may be more effective, some may not be more effective. Not a big deal. Keep in mind, not a big deal. If you choose to listen to one over the other, I want everybody to understand here. Don't be upset about it. It's cool. That's not a big deal. And on top of that, as long as really you're playing, like somewhat effectively, it doesn't have to be min-maxed. We're not going to be super min-maxed everybody here. I think that's kind of grounds to create a really bad elitist attitude, and I'm going to try and dispel that. With that being said, there are requirements, okay? For certain things. So, try to understand we're going to be lenient on the whole min-maxing thing, but at the same time, you need to understand there are requirements. I'll give you an example of requirements is, first and foremost, when you get gear during, the first hour of the game, dismantle any old gear into gold and not repair parts. Because we need every single piece of gold to buy territory off the first couple hours. That's an example of something that's required, So just keep that in mind, okay? So hopefully new players, you guys, just be very open about that. And any of the veterans and alpha players in the company, be very open to that. The fact that we're gonna have multiple people in the company have different varying opinions. It's okay if you have a varying opinion, okay? And whether or not the new player listens to you or the other guy, it's fine. As long as they listen to one of the veterans, it's fine. We'll have a big New World 101 channel that you guys can kind of get, and we'll outline what to do in the first hour to help the guild. Then after that, after we kind of establish our purchase over territories, you can start enjoying the game and then just start leveling and enjoying the game. Okay. All right, now back to the July 20th phase 1, okay? Phase 1. Everybody goes into Discord an hour before server opening. We don't know when the server opens. The last time, I believe the server opened at 11 a.m. Eastern time. The servers opened, I think, at 8 a.m. Pacific time last time. Okay? Get a good night's rest beforehand. Wake up early. Make yourself some breakfast. Hop into Discord an hour beforehand. Sometimes the server may open early. Sometimes the server may open later. But be prepared for that. Be very prepared for that. We're going to sit there and mass join into the servers with the New World client up, okay? Once you're in, the first thing you want to do is rush past the tutorial as fast as you can. Rush past every single thing. Be as efficient as an MMO gamer as you can, because you don't want to be where the wave of people are. You want to be in front of that wave. In front of that wave will let you kind of skip everything else. Okay. All right. After we get the rush for gold and we purchase, the very minimal is our goal is to purchase at least Everfall. Then the optional objectives is that we purchase Morningdale, Windsward, and First Light. And then if we can, we get one the last final. Oh no, those are the 4. I think those are the only 4 starting zones. Okay. After that, our goal is to rush levels in gear as fast as we can. With that being said, hardcore players, your goal, and especially if you're on the Siege roster, is to play until your eyes are gone and be as high as level as you can in order to dominate the Sieges. Casual players, go at the pace you want, but at the same time, try and farm resources if you can. Do anything you can to support the company. It's going to be a really good symbiotic relationship there. Trust me. When the hardcore team shows up to help you, like control territory, then when the casual players kind of help add the numbers and help alleviate hardcore players from burning out, that's going to be really big. Okay, that's going to be the 2 most important phases. Okay, right there. So phase 1, rush for gold. Phase 2, level up. So we'll put that. Okay, phase 2, level up. Phase 3 is going to be something special. Phase 3 for July 20th beta, for the beta, is going to be research. We need to research and theory craft. And we need to test and test as much as we can, gather as much information as we can for launch. Those are the 3 most important things, okay? During this entire phase, the priority is recruit. Expand us, gather more people. Officers are going to be recruiting. If you see someone ungilded who looks like a cool person, you talk to them in prox chat, hey, what's up? They're going to be like, yeah, it's good. Recruit them. Everybody does their part. We become a stronger group as a whole. And when we become a stronger group as a whole, gear is going to go to you. We'll dominate the corruptions. We'll dominate the expeditions. We'll dominate outpost rush. We'll dominate siege. That is going to be the tits. Trust me, that is the tits. All right, real quick, I'm going to look at the chat, and it looks like we're talking about TeamSpeak and Discord. So real quick, to answer everybody's question, we're going to be using Discord for everything related to New World except Siege. Siege, we cannot have anyone not in TeamSpeak. We have to use TeamSpeak for Siege. No matter what, we can't have a discussion on this. The reason why is because Discord is good for just casually and it's really that it's good for getting people in, has a good text channels. But when we fight in anything bigger than like 30-40 people, TeamSpeak has something that Discord doesn't, and that's Channel Commander. That allows me as a leader to talk to another leader in a different channel, and allow me as the leader to also broadcast to everybody in every channel. And when we have people separated, the team separated into different channels, that's huge. That really lets us organize. The structure and organization is huge. If you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, head to our YouTube channel and watch any of the siege footage. You'll notice that our coordination strategy and tactics are leaps beyond all of the enemies we fought, simply because we used TeamSpeak. We had all 50 of our siege members on TeamSpeak. So this is the reason why we have to use TeamSpeak for Siege. So if you're planning on joining the Siege roster, you're going to have to download TeamSpeak for just the Siege, okay? And I promise you, I know it sucks, but trust me, Siege is so important that we use TeamSpeak. It's just so good. I cannot stress how important TeamSpeak is for anything bigger than like 30 people. With that being said, open world PvP it's going to be a fustercluck because uh because unless we give a call for everybody to jump into TeamSpeak, uh, we're probably going to be PvPing in the Discord channels. But with that being said, we may transition if it gets big. If we get into a fight where there's like 100 of us versus like 100 of them, we have to use TeamSpeak. There's no way around it. So everybody, remember to set up TeamSpeak. We do have a TeamSpeak. We'll have it. We'll make a channel with all the information for TeamSpeak. But holy crap, it's just not possible to lead Siege with 50 people in one channel. It really isn't. And the strategy and tactics with having so many people in one channel is just not gonna work. All right, cool. Now that I have answered that, everybody cool with what's so far? Hit 1 in the chat if you're cool with everything so far. Hit 2 if you're not. Hit 3 if you have something you want to say about the TeamSpeak thing. Awesome. I'm seeing good vibes here. Good vibes. Yeah, voice quality in TeamSpeak is way better. That is true. Okay. The final thing I'm going to end on is just a quick little ending here. Does anyone here have any questions or anything at all they wanted to bring up before I wrap this meeting up right here? We're about to wrap this meeting up. Question. Okay, go ahead, Kel. I'm really just asking about beta, but can we identify who's planning on being a dedicated? Oh, yes. That's really important. You're right. So during the 10-day preview we played last year, healers were kind of dog ass during the preview, but this time around, dedicated healers are going to be very important for Siege. So people on the Vanguard team and some like members in the Flex team will definitely have healers. So when we do the roster for the when we have a roster channel up, there's going to be multiple rosters up. Okay, you're going to sign up on that roster. Everybody's going to sign up on that roster. And actually, let's just make the roster channel right now. Actually, we're going to make a roster channel real quick. And please don't type anything in here that's not stupid. We're gonna consolidate this later. This is just a temporary roster. We're gonna consolidate this. Consolidate this. You can kind of type your what you plan on using. Like I'm gonna type. I'm gonna plan on using the Great Axe and sword and shield. Tank. There you go. So just follow that thing for the roster channel. It's a temporary one. You're probably gonna have to fill out one more roster thing later on. This just gives us a general idea of who's playing what. We don't want too many healers. We want mostly more. We want more tanks than we do healers. The reason why is because I think when it comes to Siege, the tank meta for Siege is gonna be so crazy. Like it was already like dominating PvP back in the preview, and after seeing like a lot of the changes, I still think you're gonna want to have at least minimal 250 to 300 Constitution, unless you are a ranged person. If you're ranged, you're probably gonna want to run dexterity, full dex. I can turn to a Google Doc later if need be, prov. Yes. Okay, so if you plan on playing a full dex, there you go. Dedicated healer, rapier, and spirit. Try to type what role though. Edit psychological Kel and Kid. Try to edit your thing and put. Actually, Kel has this role at the end already. So type edit your role at the end. So I recommend everybody here, even healers, run some kind of form of con. You have to have some kind of con. If you don't, it's not going to work well for you. Sick. Okay, so we'll get an idea of this already. So yeah, that's a good one. This is just a temporary roster. We're gonna have you guys fill it out one more time later on, but this will just give everybody an idea of who's playing what. And then when we have the Siege roster up and then the regular roster up, we'll go from there. All right, the final topic I'm gonna jump off with aside from this is I'm surprised by the turnout. I actually thought it's gonna be like maybe 30 people in this meeting room, and then all the people who are gonna be watching this VOD. Boys, okay. I'm gonna hold up. If you have my stream open, play whatever epic music you want in the background real quick. Play whatever epic music you want in the background. It's been a year. It's been a fucking year. All of us have been waiting for this moment right here. Within 10 days, we're gonna be going right back into it. We're gonna be going right back into it. Once again, this Discord is gonna be full of people on the launch day talking about what they're eating in that morning, waiting, spamming click, and then someone's gonna say, "I got in. I got in." Everybody else is gonna be hyped, and everybody's gonna realize that the server's open. That we can log in. We all gonna log in. We're gonna rush that fucking tutorial. We're gonna buy Everfall, our hometown Everfall. And if we don't get Everfall, you know damn well we're gonna take Everfall. We are gonna have so much fun in this beta. I'm telling you, we are writing another chapter in the Validus history, in the books. We are writing another one for the books. This time, it's gonna be even more fun, more better, more people. We're all experienced. Everybody knows what's up and what to expect. Damn, the beta hype is gonna be there. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's get hell yeah in the chat, boys. Hell yeah. Let's go. Hell yeah in the fucking chat. Dude. Hell yeah. I'm going to work on my my speeches too, but yeah. That's how we're going to do it. All right. Last thing before I end this meeting. There is the Road to New World beta channel, and I think I'm giving out a $20 Steam gift card to any of the members if you just post a picture of how you're getting ready for New World beta. That's it. It's going to be influenced by whoever reacts to your picture, and that's it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's got the hell yeah. The hell yeah. Okay, whoa. Fridge. That was not cool, man. Whoever fridges, that... Oof. All right, sick. Okay. Hell yeah. All right. I will see you people on the day before. The day before, we're gonna have one more like get together at night just to talk about on the 19th. We're gonna get together. Is this nothing required, nothing mandatory? We're just getting together just to hype ourselves for the beta on the 20th, and then that's it. We are about to, where the countdown begins today. 10 days. T-minus 10 days.